Hi, I'm Rachel with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Alexander Bocchieri, the director of Shaka, A Story of Aloha. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Alexander, so first, can you tell us how you got involved with the project?
Absolutely. Steve Su, the producer, was working out in Laie, where the story is set, and he met some people that knew about the Shaka, knew where it came from, and he started investigating a bit. And then a couple years into his process, he needed a director who had done maybe some larger projects because he wanted to make it bigger. And at the time, I had just finished a feature film, and I had a short film that was playing here, actually, at LA Asian Pacific Film Festival like 4 years ago. And through that, he saw my work and then just invited me to come on. And as soon as I heard the origin of the Shaka and what it really meant, where it really came from, I was like, I have to be a part of this.
Yes, I love it. Does the Shaka have any, what role has the Shaka played in your life, or has it played any?
No, absolutely. When it really is an identity marker for Hawaii, among many other things. But for me, as a Native Hawaiian who was born in diaspora and then moved to Hawaii as a teenager, to be able to take this piece of me with me whenever I left the islands and see it in every photo, in every, family gathering, church gathering, wherever it was just was like this, like, you belong, you're welcome here, in this like physical manifestation of it, not just from people's words. So I always loved that aspect of it. And if you come to Hawaii, even if you're not Native Hawaiian or anything, if you're in a photo, there's always going to be the normal photo, and then people are like, okay, now throw Shaka, and you get the second photo too, and just having that extra element of just community and have a symbol be of that community. It's always been so special to me.
I love that. Yeah, I actually have a photo in my home where we went on a trip to Hawaii when I was young, and of course,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you said is this your first non-narrative project? Or non-scripted?
Non-scripted. No, I've done quite a bit of documentary work, mostly shorts. I've done, back home, I freelance as a director, and I have a production company, and we've produced, I've done 2 other feature-length documentaries and a bunch of short-form stuff for Hawaii Visitors Bureau and a bunch of other organizations. So I try to do narrative work, and that's what I'd like to do, but there's a lot of opportunities for documentaries, and there's also just so many cool, interesting stories that I find myself just digging into, and I can't help myself. I start filming things and I make films that way. With Shaka, there's so many twists and turns as to where it actually originated from. For you personally, what were some of the more surprising elements? Oh, that's a good question, because it's okay. In the movie, we make it clear that, or we make it seem like nobody knew anything. But as far back as I can remember, I remember someone telling me, this guy had his fingers cut off, and he would wave at people, and then everyone copied him. Like, that's been like urban legend for as long as I can remember. And it's some people like thinking about like, oh, it's just like a surf thing, but it's like, where did it come from there? And so the losing fingers thing always made sense to me, but I just never dug that deep. And the craziest part to me is the man who lost his 3 fingers, who is the inspiration for the Shaka. There's a statue of him out in Laie, and it's been there since the 90s. And I've walked by it probably 100 times and never made the connection until we started making this movie. And that's when, I was like, oh, that's it? Oh, okay, we got to let people know. Okay. And so we just went from there.
So then what has been your family and community reaction to this movie?
Well, this is a world premiere. I actually haven't shown it to a lot of my family yet, so I'm excited for them to see it. But we have been showing it throughout the community to get feedback, especially the community that is mostly featured here in Laie. We've shown it a few times. And it's just been honestly overwhelming how positive and how grateful, and just the joy that I've seen from showing this movie and from their reactions has just been so fulfilling, and honestly just made this entire thing worth it. And indie film, indie documentary in particular, where it's just spread out over so many months and you're trying to just work with people when they have free time, it it can get difficult sometimes, but honestly, showing it to the community that the film is about and having the reaction be super positive it made it all worth it.
Yeah, it must be so fulfilling. Well, is there anything final you'd like to say about Shaka?
No, I just hope people find the movie and realize that you don't have to be from Hawaii, you don't have to have a connection to Hawaii to throw a Shaka. You know, you can just throw a Shaka and connect and say what's up and say I see you and just there's no reason we can't be spreading more joy wherever you're from.
Beautiful. Do you want to throw a Shaka?